up in the sky. Look, it's captivating. It's energizing. It's Eliances Heroes. Eliances is the destination for entrepreneurs, investors, CEOs, inventors, leaders, celebrities, and startups, where our heroes in business align. Now, here's your host flying in, David Cogan, founder of Eliances.
Woohoo! What an amazing lineup again. I tell you, it's so much fun learning and unmasking our heroes to really understand what makes them tick. And later on in the show, we're going to have the founder of Ruby's Diner, nbsp.com. You know, they're opening everywhere. Later on in the show, get this. We're going to have what the movie Jerry Maguire was based off of, the CEO of Steinberg Sports. This is the top sports agent, and we'll be ending the show with a secret guest hero. I can't even reveal who that is yet, but hang on to your seat, because our first hero, first of all, let me tell you, you would never, ever want to pick a fight with him. All right, this is one guy that never got bullied. We've got the former UFC champion fighter, a pioneer in the sport of mixed martial arts, Frank Shamrock. Now, Frank, you retired as a not one, not two, not three, but four-time middleweight champion with your championship belt. What is, though, the secret to really being able to go through this training and to be a champion like you have? Because four, well, less alone one is a huge accomplishment, but four, that's incredible.
Yeah, I was very blessed that I was a super athlete in an emerging sport, and I was also a super nerd. So when you talk about what tools, it was all about focus and discipline, you know, the basics. I saw an opportunity, and I had the gift of the body and the right mindset, and, you know, I put them all together and maximized the opportunity. And
later on, we're going to be learning about what you're working on now, which is absolutely incredible. But I got to ask you a little bit more, because we're getting a lot of hits here, questions about, they want to know about the MMA stuff, is if there was anyone that you would want to get in the ring with that you haven't, if you were still in the MMA, who would that have been?
You know, I satisfied all of those urges and needs and beefs and complaints. So, you know, the only time I could think of is if I could throw back to an era, I would go back to an era of boxing, you know, with like Hagler and Hearns and sort of that golden age. But everybody in MMA, I mean, I fought who I wanted to fight. You know, I tested my style against everything, proved its success, and, you know, broke myself up and happily retired.
Awesome. Well, Frank, I got to tell you, I mean, you know, not even being in the ring, you just look like a real tough guy. I mean, even for those that may not even know that you've been, you know, UFC champion, I mean, you look like a tough guy. I got to ask you, though, what is your daily regime that really gets your body, and you mentioned in your mind, in shape? In other words, too, how do you stay so focused and have so much energy?
Well, I work a very simple principle. Every single day, it's mind, body, and spirit. You know, I'm on a personal development journey that's kind of trying to make myself the best person that I can be. So each day I sharpen the saw. You know, I do physical exercise. I do mental meditation. You know, I do all kinds of mind, body, and spirit activities each day. And that's how I can stay so laser focused. And, you know, I don't need to sleep if I don't have to for a couple of days, just because I can turn my brain on to a certain level to where, you know, it's producing extraordinarily. And then again, I can turn it off with, you know, meditation, relaxation when the work's done.
Yeah, fantastic. I mean, it's just, yeah, everything that you're doing now. Let's get into your new show called The Bakeout. And you could go to bakeout.tv, or, of course, you can go to Eliances, Eliances.com, and we'll have the link. Now, what's incredible, well, actually, I want you to steal the thunder. So bakeout.tv, what is it?
Well, it is a digital network for cannabis education and cannabis participation. And, you know, I've had a personal experience with cannabis that just changed my entire life. Besides using it to achieve world records and heal my body and protect my brain, I've also seen it do extraordinary things as a plant. So we have a digital show called The Bakeout Show, which we air on our digital asset. But the end game is really a retail franchise. I want people to be able to go into a store like Starbucks and have a social experience, get medicine that will heal their body and their brain and improve their life, and then hang out with their community and then go about their business. And that's my end game here.
And you're listening to Eliances Heroes. Be a hero. Go to where entrepreneurs align. Now, be part of the community with me, David Cogan, the host of the Eliances Heroes Show. That's Eliances.com, where you may see and meet possibly Frank Shamrock in person, again, by going to bakeout.tv. So you're talking about cannabis. Now, you know, there's a lot of controversy against cannabis. There's a lot that are for cannabis. I mean, how do we quote, right, weed out through what is factual, so to speak, right? What is factual and what's not? How do we find the real information?
Well, that's what the show is really about, is being a truthful conversation and an honest debate. And, you know, the truth is we've been totally misled about this. We have been remarketed. We have been misdirected. You know, I've been using this plant for 25 years to control my pain management from a broken spine. And I can tell you exactly that it's a fantastic supplement to the pharmaceuticals, to the addictive opiates. And it's allowed me to achieve the stuff I wanted to in my life. And in the past year, I've gone in deep to the industry and seen the kids with epilepsy and the cancers being eradicated. And I've learned more of the science about it. And now I can't stop talking about it because I see what's going on. There's a personal medicine that you can plant in your backyard and take care of your whole family or your human ailments if you have the information. If you don't have the information, then people think you're smoking weed, and that's sort of the problem.
And let's talk more now. You said how it helped with your back pain. What other things, you mentioned a few other things, what other things maybe too have you seen or heard that it helps with athletes who, I mean, really the things that you've done in the ring, it takes a toll on your body and that. What other things have you seen?
Well, I have seen protection of the brain. That is, athletes that are, you know, taking painkillers, or the other athletes that are taking cannabis as a neuroprotectant to protect their brain. I've seen the difference in the athletes. You know, one of them is getting mush mouth and slurring, and the other one is progressing nicely. I've seen personally it. I've also seen personally the addiction that comes with opiates and sort of the Western way of dealing with pain, which is mask it, you know, and regardless of the effects to your body. And, you know, we got to protect our body first and foremost.
Absolutely. And again, we're talking with the former UFC champion fighter, four-time middleweight champion. Now, not only is he a champion in the ring, also to an entrepreneur at, and you can reach him at bakeout.tv or Eliances.tv, but it goes on because he has also founded Shamrock Way, a nonprofit organization that serves at-risk youth. Frank, tell us more about this Shamrock Way and really what its core is of helping kids.
Sure. Yeah, our core mission is to help kids like I was. That's kids that are at risk, you know, on the streets, close to it, without a community, without that support to achieve success. And our end goal is to open a Shamrock Boys Ranch, which is where I was taken when I was 12 and, you know, met my adoptive father and really became a man, to open a community center like this in cities where we can take those kids at risk and turn them into, you know, high-producing, young, awesome, you know, people. Because right now there's some communities that don't have that. We're currently providing scholarships in education, technology, and the arts, and just getting wonderful results from these kids. You know, I remember being that kid and just having nothing, having no hope, having no plan, having no family. And that's daunting on a 13, 14-year-old boy to think that, you know, how am I going to become a man when I got nothing?
Right. And speaking of that, we've got a little less than a minute left. I want to ask you a little bit more advice that you can offer, maybe for parents that want to help guide their children, help them grow up, and or take charge of their lives like you have. I mean, what are a couple of those secrets to really being able to find the way and make such an impression like you have?
Well, I definitely recommend the martial arts community and the creative arts community because they are a, you know, tight-knit, personal development, goal-oriented community. And the biggest thing you can do as a parent for your child is be there, Take the time, don't repeat the mistakes, and be in complete awareness that you're teaching this young person how to become a better version of you.
Fantastic. Well, I got to tell you, Frank, you're an athlete who's helped pioneer the sport of MMA. You entertain and you educate about the benefits of cannabis. Frank Shamrock, you're an MMA legend. You're a hero. Go to bakeout.tv, and thank you, too, to our famous producer, Glue, at loopydocs.com for all your editing needs. This is David Cogan with the Eliances, and when we return, we're going to have the founder of Ruby's Diner, Doug Kavanaugh.